So I did a video a while back. It was a response video to a column in a community newspaper. It's from a pastor that's starting his own church here in my community. And I didn't like some of the content in his article, and so I made some comments about it and actually sent him an email, and then we had a little correspondence. I don't normally read this particular paper. I just throw it in the trash. It ends up in my driveway all the time. But today, I hauled the trash down to the curb, and there was another paper laying there, and I was like, oh, whatever, let's take a peek. So I did, and sure enough, he's got a little Christian article in here, my community paper, so I thought I'd read it, and I did. Got a few issues with it, make some quick comments. Basically, what he's saying is that he's talking about how to worship Jesus, and that apparently a lot of people like to worship and get attention while they're doing it. And he talks about rock stars like Van Halen and Cher, Christina Aguilera, and how some of their activities are pretty bizarre, if not full of themselves. And at the end of his article here, he says that Jesus wasn't a rock star, he was a servant. Well, allow me to retort with a little Bible versage here. Jesus says in Matthew, this is 9, I believe, chapter 9, verse 37 through 39. It says, "No man is worthy of me who cares more for his father or mother than for me. No man is worthy of me who cares more for son or daughter. No man is worthy of me who does not take up his cross and walk in my footsteps. By gaining his life, a man will lose it. By losing his life for my sake, he will gain it." Okay. Tell me that doesn't sound like some crazy, arrogant bullshit. Alright? Rockstar talk. Me, I'm the way. Okay? So I would say, not only did Jesus think he's a rock star, more so, he's a dictator. Even worse than a rock star. A dictator. Me or you're screwed, is what it says. Now, he says, the pastor here, he says that Jesus wasn't a rock star, he was a servant. Okay, now according to the story in the Bible, he was a servant. You know, he did servant things. He would, like, wash feet, he's healing people, he's feeding people. But you know what? At the same time, the dude is a dictator. He's telling people he's a dictator, but he's acting like a servant. Now, what a perfect thing to do if you want people to follow you. Okay? Is that you are a dictator, but you submit yourself to people from time to time. What a fantastic way to get a huge following. Is you tell people you are it, and then you turn around and help people. So then you get a bunch of followers that love you and respect you for your kind deeds, and then they submit to your every whim. This story of Jesus is a perfect education lesson for anyone who wants to be a controlling dictator. This dude, this preacher's totally wrong, you know. He says that Jesus wasn't a rock star, he was a servant. He was a rock star and a servant to the ends of his means. Okay? Do you see the strategery there? I think you do. Anyways, dude also says in the paper here that the only reason we have any hope is God's mercy. Our problem is we don't start with that understanding. We think it's in view of our decision-making ability, or in view of our intelligence, or in view of proper upbringing or hard work. You know, let me tell you something. People have hope for lots of reasons. And even if you are a religious person and you believe in, say, Jesus or whatever, you know, you can be an expectant mother. you go into labor, and you're in an ambulance flying down the interstate, and even if you're a Christian, you're praying, but at the same time, you have hope that these doctors know what they're doing. You have hope that this hospital is going to take care of you. You hope that the education that these doctors and nurses have been given, that they've learned, is going to pay off in the safe delivery of your child. Okay? So, to just say that it's ridiculous to have hope in anything else, you got to put God and Jesus first. It's your primary hope. I tell you this, man, we got this whole campaign going on right now in the U.S. about breast cancer. And there's a lot of hope in the research. There's a lot of hope in the money that's donated to cure this thing, okay? There's lots of people that have Parkinson's that hope that the medical research and technology will cure them. I have way more hope in technology. I could pray to Jesus to wake me up in the morning on time so I'm not late to work. Or I could set my alarm clock, bro. Whatever. Zinfadel. All right. What do you think?